All right, welcome back. Alberto here with another trading session. Today is going to be a tricky day. We have FOMC coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We had also PMI at 8:30. So important releases coming out. I'm currently waiting for a potential setup. But as we can see, pretty much since the open, we've been trading around 80 point range, 85 point range. Coming back into VWAP, we opened up around 1,000 contracts above delta neutral, right around value area high of yesterday. Eventually, really pushed up, and then eventually at around 10 a.m. we started, actually 9:45 started making our way back to VWAP. We're currently coming back all the way almost to the prior high of the current session. So let's see what we can do. Currently just waiting for potential entries. But as of right now, we can see a cumulative delta is trending upwards. We have a couple pending auctions sitting right above the swing level we just left with an imbalance. It could be an interesting target, this zone, but we'll see. Currently we are above VWAP at around coming back into the one deviation. This is also a very interesting area to potentially take a continuation long, where we have prior swing level, a couple pending auctions sitting around that zone. But we're gonna be waiting and see if we can get a good setup. This is potentially looking good to me. I'm gonna take it long. We have a pending auction with an imbalance coming back into this chop area. We have a nice rotation down, and I'm expecting a continuation of the price all the way to the 75 level. We have pretty much everything indicating to go long. We actually have two pending auctions sitting at the prior imbalance long, which is very interesting. But again, yes, pretty much is following the short-term trend here. No reason to be short at this point. I personally really like imbalances with pending auctions. That to me is meaning that we're leaving the market behind. Eventually, it will come back. You know, this level is always, for some reason, the market keeps coming back to them. Uh, but in a very short term, this is a good indication of an entry, right? And then we combine that to where is the price coming? It's coming back into this rotation zone, into this consolidation zone, right? The market goes where the orders are. So I'm expecting potentially price pushing away and continuing the same direction. That being said, I still expect price to continue to go up. Market stagnating a little bit right now. Very interesting how price went up, but cumulative delta is actually continuing down. It's a divergence right there. So we gotta be extremely careful right now. You can see how this push is significantly larger. It's almost 1,000 contracts, 700 or 600 contracts all the way. Whereas we pretty much almost moved all the way up the same amount, and we barely got delta higher. This is very interesting because right now you gotta be careful. The very short-term trend is actually going down. For cumulative delta. When you look at it as a whole, I mean, it's pretty much flat right now. All this consolidation zone. So at this point, from my point of view, it might be wise to wait until a break of either areas, either the high or the low of this consolidation zone. I'm expecting potentially price taking out this swing level with this pending auction sitting up there, and potentially going all the way up to RT8 session high. You have to also understand that there are certain key levels that are formed at 1030. For those that are not familiar, at 1030 the initial balance gets formed, and that's a level that gets broken statistically around 96% of the time. So that's a very high, there's a very high chance that either the high or the low after the regular, after 1 hour since the open of their RT8 session, one of these two levels is going to get broken 96% of the time. That is a lot of probability. Okay. So we were actually pretty close to break it and eventually made a very nice run to the upside. And it looks like we potentially might be breaking the higher initial balance. So right now we broke through it, expecting a rotation into that consolidation area. This could be an interesting long. Short-term cumulative delta is kind of towards the downside. We're 100 contracts short right now in this bar. More sellers coming in. 140 contracts short. They might get squeezed out. Let's take it. Let's see if we can get all the way to the high. Late entry. Currently at the prior swing level. Some sellers coming in. Let's see if we can get some more volume and continue in the direction of the trend. More sellers coming in right now. Pending auction being left. See if we can get a bigger push. Cumulative delta is not looking in our favor. But we have that pending auction sitting right there. And I'm expecting price to continue in that direction. Have some sellers coming in. Price continuing up. Our target got missed by one tick. Literally by one tick. Unbelievable. Price coming back into this consolidation zone. Breaking out this prior swing level. Very interesting how we have a pending auction with a nice imbalance short, and how the price pushes away. Makes it like a very nice target right now. So right now, cumulative delta is pretty much trending down in the very short term. A little bit skeptical. I'd like to see it in the direction of the overall trend. It's coming back into the consolidation zone. Might come back into these pending auctions. Imbalance pretty much running across the whole area. Very nice rotation to the downside. Sellers coming in. Price not really. Oh, it's gone down. Expecting a support to hold here actually. I'm not expecting price to continue, but we'll see. Might be wrong. If it breaks right now, I'm gonna look for a potential retest of this pending auction right here and continue in the direction down. Very nice trend here in cumulative delta. Some buyers coming in. Price right now is sitting at value area high of yesterday, potentially coming back into VWAP on point of control. I'm expecting some chop right now here. There you go. Interesting how this imbalance with the pending auction was like the last run up before this nice rotation down. One thing to keep in mind is check how divergences of delta play out. You can see price went higher, but on less delta. There's a divergence here, and that's an indication of a very nice run down. Personally, don't trade divergences just by themselves, but if that is something you're looking, as an additional confirmation, it can be very useful. So right now I'm just expecting price to just hesitate around VWAP on the point of control. Potential bounce now from VWAP, but I'm not comfortable taking it. I feel like it's really overextended right now. If I enter now, sure, to me it's gonna feel more like I'm trying to chase the trade, which is 99% of the time I'm gonna be wrong. And that's not something I wanna do. I wanna enter in positions where I'm at the beginning of a rotation. Even for example in the last trade I took, I'm waiting for a small rotation, right? You gotta start looking at how big are the legs. So as soon as we try to break out of this area, I'm trying to come in. My entry was late. That's why I didn't get filled. That's why my target did not get hit. So that was my mistake. But entering at the end of this run right here, I would like to see a bigger rotation coming up. At least 50% of the prior leg. I think we're gonna call it a day. We'll take a very small loss, unfortunately. It's FOMC day. We have to be extremely cautious. Usually I try to avoid days like this, but thought I would give it a try today. Anyways, if you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment below. We also have a Discord channel, so check the link in the description. It's completely free. I would love to connect with you. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.